So if you've been training for an extended period of time, I'm sure you've come across this problem. You're in the gym, you're making progress, you're lifting more weights, you're getting stronger, you're looking better, you're feeling great, confidence is up, momentum is going, and then bang, injury strikes. Elbow, shoulder, whatever it is, you can't go in the gym anymore, you can't train the way you want, you lose all your progress, don't look as good, your confidence goes down, you feel like crap, you compare yourself to the way you was before, and you've got to start all over again. Well, I'm here to tell you the number one reason why this happens to people and how you can train for a lifetime without getting injured. So I can do a video, and I probably will in the future, giving many tips and advice on how to avoid injury, because it is multifaceted, but I'm gonna give you the number one reason, the most important aspect that you're gonna need in your arsenal to avoid serious injury in your training. Before you click off the video and say, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, you need progressive overload to get stronger, to make progress. Yes, you do. But here's the thing, most people don't understand progressive overload well enough. They don't understand how quickly or slowly the body adapts, and various parts of the body adapts. Most people progress too quickly. So what's the general scenario? What's the general way people progress in the gym? They go to the gym and they try to progress each session. That's sort of the gym, you know, the typical bro lifter that goes in, the typical advice that's been passed down throughout the years in all different magazines and videos and whatnot. You go to the gym, you lift a bit heavier, you lift a little bit more reps, do one or two more reps, more sets, whatever it is, more intensity, and so on and so on. Every session, just that little bit more. Well, that's great. You're gonna make some really fast short-term gains, but you're guaranteed to hit a wall of injury, which was gonna happen sooner rather than later. You see, the thing is about the human body, connective tissue takes roughly 200 to 210 days to rejuvenate, whereas muscle tissue takes around 90 days to rejuvenate. So the connective tissue takes over twice as much time to rejuvenate. That means when people are focused on absolute strength, just going in the gym, getting stronger and stronger, yeah, they're getting the muscles stronger and the muscles are getting stronger and bigger and so forth, but the connective tissue can't keep up. So what happens eventually is the connective tissue gives up. And most injuries, think about this, probably to yourself and people that you know, most injuries are joint injuries. Their elbows blow out, their shoulders, there's a tear from the connective tissue right from the joint and so forth. Most injuries are those joint issues, because the connective tissue can't keep up. So you go in the gym all the time, getting stronger and stronger, the muscle gets stronger, but the connective tissue doesn't. So how do we combat this problem? Well, here's the advice that you need, and this is what is going to keep you healthy, training all your life without injuries. First thing you have to think of is that fitness, that your training is a marathon, not a sprint. If you're like me and you want to do this forever, okay, and you want to do this and be as healthy and as fit as possible, all the way to playing with my grandchildren and so on, that's the mindset I need. Okay, I'm not trying to get ripped in 6 months for the summer season. If you want to get ripped and have a complete body transformation in 6 months, this video is not for you. But the way you're going to change that mindset and train forever is you have to get rid of the progressive overload every session. You have to throw that out. You have to have much more patience. Okay, and this is the way we're going to break it down. Firstly, you're going to have to do the same session, that's the same reps, the same weight, the same sets for weeks, maybe even months here. Okay, I'm going to break this down into 3 aspects. So if you're going for absolute strength, you're just trying to get stronger. So if you're going for absolute strength and all you're doing is trying to get stronger and you're lifting roughly into the 5 to 8 repetition range, well, here's the bad news. You guys are probably going to have to do the same workout, that's the same rep sets and so forth, for around about 3 months. That's it, don't progress for 3 months. And then the next round, if you're sticking to the 8 to the 12 rep range, more the hypertrophy side of things, you can aim for around the same workout every 2 months. And if you're higher, 12 plus reps every 1 month. So why is there less time between the higher reps? Because the thing is about connective tissue, it needs blood in there. The higher repetitions you do, the lighter weight, the more reps you do, the more blood you're gonna get into the connective tissue. So that connective tissue will adapt a bit better and will be a bit healthier the higher rep you are, and you're not putting as much stress on the joints. But if you're putting a lot of stress on the joints, you're lifting heavy, you're not getting the blood into there, you're gonna have to really take your time. Now I know what you're thinking, oh, but you don't make progress doing the same workout every 3 months. Look, you're not gonna make as quick as progress as the guy who's progressing overload every session, getting a little bit stronger, doing 1 more rep and so forth every session. But that's in the short term. You have to think of the long term. What's going to happen to that guy who's progressing every session? Yeah, he's going to overtake you pretty quick, right? It's almost like the analogy of the rabbit and the hare race. The rabbit's going to fly ahead at the beginning, but guess what? That guy's going to hit injury, and he's probably going to hit multiple injuries, or some really bad injuries are going to keep him out for a long time. And in most of these cases, people end up really badly damaged. Sometimes they need big surgeries, and they end up often quitting. Look at someone like Ronnie Coleman, for Christ's sake. I mean, the guy's in a state, I think he's in a wheelchair right now. So there's you, taking your time, progressing, taking your time in your progress, going slowly. In the long run, you make more progress because you don't pick up any of these serious injuries. The other thing is, you will make progress during these sessions. What's going to happen if you stick to the 3-month workout? You will make progress within that workout. So you'll start that set, so you'll pick the reps and the sets that you can do, and you're an absolute failure at the beginning. And by the end of that 2-3 months period, it's easy. That's called progress. That's your body adapting to the stress that you're providing. And then as that time goes on, the lifts and the moves get easier and easier. You can focus and dial in your mind-muscle connection, your technique, and get better and so forth. So you will progress, and you'll be amazed when you do jump to the next load, when you do progress and jump to higher weight and higher reps and so forth. You'll be amazed at how big that jump is going to be, because you've allowed your body to adapt, you've allowed the connective tissue to catch up, which is where the real strength is. And you'll see a massive jump there. So those time frames or rough time frames, look, if you want, you can do the high rep range and do those for 3 months and so forth. You can risk it and go the heavier stuff, the 5 rep range, and you can do that for just 1 month at a time. But I would say you would have to do at least once a week some very high rep work, low weight rep work to get the blood flow into connective tissue. And there is a bunch of things you can do as you go along if you're progressing a little bit faster to negate injuries, the amount of injuries, and maybe some certain injuries. Like I said, that's a video for another time, but this is the general framework, and this is the fitness industry, bodybuilding industry, and weightlifting industry is really not thinking about, okay? Is this long-term approach to the game, being more patient, because the body's adaptation is what it is. You can't cheat that. There's nothing you can do, a pill you can take. Yeah, even steroids will probably increase the risk of injury because you'll be getting stronger at such a rate that connective tissue will not keep up. So remember that the connective tissue takes over twice as long to recover as your muscle tissue. So you need to take time. Doing the same workout for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, move on, get your high rep work in as well, get the blood flow into those joints. And I guarantee you, I can't guarantee you'll have no injuries, a little niggle here and there. That's gonna happen, that's life, shit happens, it is what it is. But I guarantee you, this will make you avoid the big injuries. This will make you avoid the injuries that keep you out for weeks, months at a time. This is gonna stop you having operations and so forth, and keep your consistency over the long period of time that in 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you will still be training, where the other guys who made incredible progress for 6 months to get that beach body ready, they stopped training years ago because they were either hurt or just had enough of the continuous restarting again and so forth. So I really hope this resonates with you. I really hope the pennies dropped a little bit. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like and subscribe if you're new here, and join me for the next video.